Yeah.
We're recording already?
Yeah, everything's recording.
Can I lower this out of my face a little bit? Okay, it's good.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. What episode are we on, Joe?
13.
Is it 13 or 14? I think it's 14.
14.
Yeah,
Did you consider the one in the room number one? Or you didn't count that?
I didn't count that.
So really it's like...
We're probably almost 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Throwback. Welcome back, Alan.
Yeah, welcome back. This is another episode of the Brian and Joey Show. We got Alan from MotoVation MMA and Fitness out in Egg Harbor City. He's here today to talk about a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
First and foremost, we have to talk about what the fuck happened in Delaware this weekend. So, who was it that you were training?
Matt Lyle, and he was fighting at 125 pounds. I've been training him probably the last 3 months.
And this is the first, I guess, trainee you have at your new gym?
Yeah, between him and Sean are my only two real, fighting prospects. So.
Like ones that are actually going to compete competitively,
yeah,
right?
so far, yeah.
So, yeah, I remember you telling me about this. So you guys went down to Delaware. So what was the brand of the fight? Like, what's the whole situation?
All right.
Because my social media was getting blown the fuck up when you guys were down there.
Yeah. So basically, Diamond World Fights is what the promotion was, and I'm not gonna lie, they were offering like high numbers, especially for Matt. He was a debut, and the amount that they were giving him was high.
Like the purse?
Yeah, for you get money for a show. That means you show up, you get half, and then if you win, you get the other half. So that's how that goes. Diamond World Fights, and basically what it was is they did everything like a promotion should. They had they were coming to gyms and doing interviews. They look reputable, you know what I mean? And
but this was the first fight you've ever known them to do, right?
Yeah. And Delaware, I usually try to stay away from Delaware because back in the I'm from Jersey, you know what I mean, AC, and we have the NJSAC, and they're like a real strict. Like I think in Jersey you still can't elbow, stuff like that. Delaware back in the day, bro, you could face stomp, you could you know what I mean?
Really? So it's state to state depending on what those regulations are for what moves you can do?
Yeah, how the drug testing is, how the physicals are ran, everything with the NJSAC and the PA State Athletic Commission are very ran tight, man.
The drug tests are different? Like what? In Baltimore, you're allowed to smoke crack? You can pop
Nah, but back in Delaware, they didn't do nothing. No steroid testing.
Really?
They're testing now. But
Delaware was already shady, from the beginning.
From the rip, it was already a red flag.
They were the first one to be shady. That was a first state joke.
Yeah.
No?
Thank
Thank you, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I just did that awkward laugh.
So, all right, so you bring Matt down there. The fight was supposed to be on Thursday?
No, Friday.
Friday. So when did the weigh-ins happen? Because this is where... all right, so when did you first know that there was something off about this? Was it before you even went down there? Was it when you got down there?
Thank God I'm not even going to put the dude's name out there because I don't want to put him in any kind of heat or anything.
Right.
But another promoter contacted me, and this guy is a guy that runs tight promotions, like 3 different promotions. He's he cares about the fighters, and that's what I really look for, bro, is somebody that cares about the fighters, And he told me, he's like, bro, the amount that they're offering, it's like weird, you know what I mean? And even me,
too good to be true numbers.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, is like I didn't care if they were like laundering drug money. I just wanted, you know what I mean?
Whatever,
that was above me. But I thought maybe that was the case, or who knows? Maybe they just got money and they like MMA. You know what I mean? And that was a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah. No, of course. When you always want to believe it's true when something like that comes about,
and there was
especially when it's money coming your way too.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean.
And there was a lot of they were doing stuff the right way. You know what I mean? Coming to gyms, doing interviews, pre-fight stuff, and they were promoting it. And we get down there. Well, I was told on the way down there about he's like, yo, with them paying that money, make sure you guys make sure the commission has cashier's checks, because that's what's supposed to happen. The commission that's running the sanctioning body is supposed to have cashier's check that'll cover everybody's purse just in case something happens that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, he's like, man, make sure they're not personal checks. Obviously, whenever you're doing business and something like that, you don't want a personal check.
Yeah, that shit can bounce.
Yeah. So we get down there. The first red flag is they were supposed to give us. I filled my tank before I went down there, My wife took off work. She came with me. They did give us a hotel room, a real nice hotel room at the Marriott. So that's even more making it look official.
Right,
You know
right,
what I
right,
mean?
right,
Like,
right,
at least-
Up to that point, you're thinking, all right, this is real.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And I want to believe we were training.
Yeah, you've been
our asses
training, you've been
off,
working
bro.
hard. It's like you're getting ready
course,
for this
yeah.
fight. You don't want to believe it's a
Yeah.
fucking sham.
Yeah, and Matt is like they offered him this kid that was like their golden boy down in Delaware, Brandon Davis, and he's a monster wrestler. And Matt's stand up is some of the best I ever seen. Is his kickboxing, and he just needed a little work on his wrestling. And who better than me to teach him about the wrestling and the ground
Yeah.
game? You know what I mean? Yeah. So we worked hard, man, and I watched hours and hours of tape on this kid. You know what I mean? I knew exactly how we were going to approach it, what we were going to do. I had code words set up. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to yell out like a lot of corners
Right,
do.
yeah.
Mark Henry, I learned that from him originally. Is he has these code words and they change every time.
It's
You know
almost like signs in a baseball game.
yeah, so if I want somebody to throw a low leg kick, I'd say something like
Peanut butter.
Gagey, it's a guy. That's a little obvious, but that could be just an example because he's a guy in the UFC that throws a lot of low leg kicks and smashes people with them.
Right.
So, yeah, we get down there and we get to the weigh-ins and he was over. My guy had to gain weight. You know what I mean? I was weighing.
Oh, really? Matt had to put weight back on?
Yeah, bro. He was like 115 pounds fighting at 125.
No way.
Yeah, so they had to be within 7 pounds of each other. So I weighed him when we got there, and I'm weighing bottles of Aquafina. like
Really?
how many does he have to drink? Because that's like an easy way to put on water is just drink water, and then after the weigh-ins, piss it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not stuffing your body with a bunch of unnecessary grease.
Yeah, because that'll
and all
slow you down.
Yeah. Well, it was the night before, but still, you know what I mean? It will slow you down.
Especially if he's not eating like that, too. He probably don't eat like that, right?
No, he eats very clean. He's very disciplined with his diet, you know. And he was doing kind of a ketogenic thing like me, which, lower carbs, higher fats, stuff like that.
Okay,
But,
so you get to the weigh-in, right? So what happens at the weigh-in?
All right, we get to the weigh-ins. Matt weighs in fine. He was right on weight. Davis gets on the scale, and he was like 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds over.
Which is a lot, right? That's not like cuttable weight.
Yeah, and this happened behind their or in front of their banner. The scale was on a platform. It wasn't like
Right.
the scale like a UFC or they usually use with the weights. It was like a digital scale, which is a little shady as it is. But
Like
anyway,
one you get from Walmart.
yeah, something
Like when
that,
my
right?
grandma's got in her bathroom.
Yeah. So anyway, he gets on, so he misses weight. Now
How's that set up? Is it like on a stage and there's people there watching the weigh-in? Like
Yeah.
everyone from each camp is there watching the weigh-in go down.
And
Okay.
that's the other thing, bro. There was news reporters there. It was big for Delaware. It was like that's why it was crazy. It was going to be at the Carpenter Center and
at
the
UDel, right?
Yeah,
University of Delaware.
Yeah, bro. It's a
It was
huge
just
venue.
set up like any other conference.
Yeah.
Well, I saw that one video you posted that had the ring, and it looked like when we went to the PFL fight over in Atlantic City, like it was set up, it had the light bar, it had everything.
Yeah, the Teletron with all the fun.
Yeah.
Matt's the co-main event, mind you. So there was a guy, Shannon Rich, some heavyweight fight that But anyway, it was.
Wait, hold on. How did they pay for all this shit?
I'll get to it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll get to it. A bunch of investors, pretty much, is what happened, and apparently she burned all the investors and just dipped. Yeah. So anyway, he has now he missed weight. You have an hour from that time exactly to go sweat, sauna.
Is that standard
Procedure?
Yeah, it's a standard procedure. Is it like state specific?
Every state that I know is an hour. If you
Okay,
miss the
so it's
weight.
like a standard time.
And
frame.
you only get one more chance to weigh in after that's done.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that was shady, which I didn't notice right away,
Right.
but I've been in this game a long time, bro. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So the whole thing is you're not getting nothing by on me. It's not happening,
Mm-hmm.
So that platform where they weighed in on, that scale is not supposed to move from that platform
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know if you guys know about scales, but like you could drop it or just moving a scale.
It's like a
could-
compass.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so it's going to be off or could be off potentially. You know what I mean? So I go up to the acting commissioner. I forget her name. This woman, and because the other commissioner Crenshaw or whatever for Delaware for the WKA, he wasn't there. He was in the UFC because he had a girl fighting there, where Khabib and Conor were fighting last night.
Right.
So. I'm talking to her, and so I'm like, yo, where did the scale go? And she's like, oh, I picked it up. It's back here. So all the way back where they were initially letting people like test their weights beforehand. You know what I mean? You can test your weight beforehand. That's not a problem. You just can't. Once the official weigh-in starts with the press there and everything, you cannot. You only get, after the hour allowance, you only get one more chance to just step on that scale to see if you're even a whatever point something over.
Yeah, a tenth of a pound.
You're done. You know what I mean? That's a forfeit. You know what I mean? So I go back there and I start complaining about that. And so they're like, all right, let's move it back. So they move it back to where it was. And, he was still 1.5 pounds over at that point back there. So this little bald-headed dude, this black dude, Butler or whatever, he's like, I don't know, he was like promoting for them or whatever. Mm-hmm. He's like, nah, it's the carpet. Which is understandable, but you should have had it on the original weigh-in site as it was. Right. You know what I mean? So then they bring it back out. So they put it back on the same exact platform, and it had a little canvas over it. I remember because Matt kind of slipped a little bit. It was like a canvas, right? Mm-hmm. So he gets on that. He's still 1.5 pounds over, or 1.5 pounds over still. So that dude Butler, man, who shouldn't even be able to touch the scale because he's not part of the commission, he is like, nah, it's the canvas. Look, it's uneven, the canvas. So they stuck some of the canvas underneath of the platform, and then he got on. He was exactly on weight. I was like, yo, what?
So they're rigging the scale so it
I didn't know.
the correct weight.
I didn't want to jump to conclusions right there, but it definitely threw up red flags. That should be automatically he missed the weight, you know.
So let's play that video, the first video that he's got about the weigh-in video.
Video, okay.
Yeah, number 1. So that shit was funny, man. When I see you post social media stuff when you were down there, dude, I was like, I cannot wait.
I love it.
I bug out, bro.
All right, here we go.
We're at Delaware. We're at Diamond World Fights, Delaware Park. All right. What happened was my fighter made weight. Matthew Law made weight. What happened is they moved that scale. The commission, or I don't know who, somebody from Diamond, moved the scale, so we lost sight of the scale. Went backstage with the scale. Then Brandon came back. He was still 1 pound over. Now they took a cloth and put it under the platform, and now he made the weight exactly. So this is what I want to talk about. Matt made weight. They moved the scale.
He literally weighed in about 6 times before they finally got the scale.
Really? He weighed in?
They let him kept like...
You
can't do it. It's illegal. I don't know what Diamond
He
World
was over
Fights
those
is,
6 times?
Dumbass organization. It's bullshit. So hopefully the commission settles this. At least the commissioner was honest and said, yeah, I did lose sight of the scale. We did move it. Anything can happen when you move a scale.
Yeah, so the scale's supposed to be like official. Like,
yeah, in the UFC, you have commissioners that don't leave there.
And they got scale guards.
But yeah, because, dude, you don't know. Like, you know, they had a big thing. I think it was Daniel Cormier. He got it off. It's the oldest trick in the book. And now you can't even really you can't touch a towel. 2 people have to hold the towel if they get naked. I don't know if you ever seen that. And the reason is because these guys are so slick. It's an old school wrestling trick. Two of your cornermen that are your guys hold the towel real tight, and you just push a little bit. You act like you're holding it up, but you're pushing, and that little bit of
can help you.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny. That's smart. I like that.
Huh. Yeah, slick.
Who did that?
I like that.
Daniel Cormier. I think.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
he was at the fight last night.
Did they catch him doing it? Like how'd they?
No, not till after somebody said something. Because it's hard, bro. There's so, dude, with the hustle and bustle, everybody, the reporters, everybody, you got to be slick. But I'm on it, bro. Because I've been there. I'm a fighter. You know what I mean?
See, bro, and I love that you have your phone out all the time when you're doing shit like this.
You
bro. Like ain't nobody getting anything over.
Well, especially with me, bro. Like
I always tell you, bro, you're like Robin Hood.
You have, yeah.
Robin Hood, yeah.
I refuse to get punked, and like, you know what I mean. Like I didn't. You know, I went through enough of that when I was younger. I didn't train my whole life to let people walk all over me, especially that's my fighter. Yeah, like, all
right, so the scale thing happens, right? So what happens after that? So the scale thing goes. They say he's on weight, right? They say he's on weight, and then what?
So then, and mind you, that's like 6 times in the back, and then like a 7th time that they let him on. Then they put the thing under the platform. Then they let him weigh in.
So he was over every time until the thing was under the platform.
Yeah, which is like a blatant like.
And how much time was between the last time in the back and that he weighed?
Yeah, was it in that hour? Or
yeah, it was right away. Like they just kept letting him. Whoa, what's up?
He went down 1.5 pounds in 3 minutes once they put the cloth on.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I start losing it. You know what I mean?
Ridiculous.
I'm like,
Scumbag.
Scumbags.
I start losing it, bro. I'm like, this is why we don't fight in Delaware. You know, and nothing against Delaware, bro. It's just
Fuck
like,
Delaware.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's a
Like,
shitty
like,
state.
yeah, bootleg bullshit,
Traffic.
backwoods.
Delaware is trash, though.
It's horrible, right?
What do they have in Delaware?
It's
Racetracks?
flat and boring.
Racetracks and racism.
They have,
It
like,
says it on their state seal.
yeah. Really, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Delaware.
yeah. So anyway,
What's in Delaware? Wilmington?
the first time I ever even see Gail Stallings, who is the one that contacted me about cornering him and getting the fight
So
together.
this is a representative from Diamond, right?
Well, it's the owner.
The owner of the
Of
promotional
Di-
company. Is it promotional company? Is that the proper term?
Yeah, the promotion. Yeah.
Promotion.
How big is this company? Just so we can get an idea. Like, is Diamond a big name?
No, that's what I'm saying. It was their first one.
Okay,
You know what I mean? So
they're
This is
just
the first
starting.
one at all?
yeah. So they came out of like nowhere. That's why everybody's like, "Damn, you guys."
Okay.
You know what I mean? But they were doing everything correctly, like I said. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the hotel room was nice, everything was good.
Right.
The lady, when I
Putting on a
talked to her
show.
on the phone, God bless this and God bless you. Acting real
Really?
religious. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, she seems like a sweet old, black lady. She's
Right,
cool.
right.
And,
No, I mean,
yeah.
shit.
So what happened was I go up to her, and that's the other video. She's wearing she's a huge lady.
She's wearing that like a.
She's a
Fucking idiot.
She looks like Big Mama, Martin Lawrence.
Yeah,
she's
Big
wearing
Mama.
she's wearing the black and the white dress, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's play it.
Yeah, let's play that.
it now.
Number two.
About why the scale was moved from the original position.
Is that you talking?
We need our money for a win, because that's bullshit.
That's you
We
still,
want
right?
our money for the win. Okay, well it is.
It's not gonna happen, she said.
Call the police. Call the police, because that's all you gotta do.
I said call the police. I'm bugging out.
It was an illegal way. It was an illegal way. We just talked to the commissioner from Delaware. The head commissioner, it's illegal. We need our money. Who told us? She told us. I'm sorry, I didn't know. We weren't allowed to move.
Okay, well, what you mean that you need your money?
He needs his money for his fight and his win.
Put the fuck on. You don't pay until afterwards. First of all,
This looks like an absolute shit show.
Right?
Leave it play till she says she moved it.
My wife, I'm not saying nothing rude, am I? Did I say anything rude?
Brian is going to see you after he gets out of the press
I think right here is what she said.
Has to sit there and watch the
Brian makes the decision, then we go from there. Okay. Okay, we'll go from there.
The little lady in the black dress is the commissioner acting.
You know what her name is?
The scale can't move from the original weighing spot.
Yeah, okay.
Weighing.
Yeah, so she admits that it was moved. That's all we need, bro. That's all I need, bro. And I'm like, all right, it's done. We want at least our show money then. You know what I mean? Plus, I had all that somebody warning me, and thank God for him, man. And you know who you are. Thank you for warning us.
Warning you about going down there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And how the
What
promotion.
are they trying to say right there? Because I couldn't really hear a lot of it, honestly.
Did she say something? Did she say, did she ask you what's your name and address?
No. She said, for what? Or something like that. And I'm like, dude.
The money. You were asking about the money.
the
like,
money.
where's our money at? And she's like, for
That's
what?
not going to happen. She's
Right.
like, for what? I'm like, we weighed in. He didn't make weight. You
So
did
that's a win.
Yeah, well,
Right,
we
they
were still going to
forfeited.
fight. I told him. He was like bugging out about the weight a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's a pound. Matt could knock me out, bro. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, he hits hard, bro. His kicks, his shins are like razor blades, bro. And I knew we had a chance. You know what I mean? It was the classic wrestler versus Muay Thai guy, and
Right.
that was it. And like I said, I've been teaching him wrestling, so we were prepared to fight. It's not like we came out there just we weren't going to fight. You know what I mean? But they did some shady bullshit with the scale, and I was
Yeah,
like, I at least want my show money.
So the fight. Why didn't the fight happen? So this is after the fight didn't happen, right?
No, this is before. This is the
Oh.
weigh-in. Yeah.
Right. So this is immediately following the weigh-in, correct?
Yeah. And did I ever send you that video where there's a boxer or you guys might have seen it, went viral like a month ago, that there was this huge two black dudes, a big ass one like walks in the ring, and then the littler one comes in and he just leaves the ring. Did you guys see that?
No,
I
me
didn't.
and you were talking about that
Yeah.
yesterday. I think me and you were talking about that.
So under the rules, he should get paid, even though it's BS. He showed. You know what I mean?
Right.
And she's like, which I don't know what the exact rule is, but she's like, once you do your pre-fight physical, then we'll give you your show money, okay? And I was promised by that acting commissioner that they had cashier's checks. I asked her. That's the first thing I asked her because I knew the shadiness
Right,
going on.
right, right,
and
right,
she's
right,
like, and I knew they were, and the other promoter told me they should be bonded. Bonded means it's, they have
Secured,
to,
yeah.
Secured, yeah.
or insured by somebody.
Not personal checks, not nothing
Right.
like that. You know what I
Or
mean? So
backed up with cash.
she's like, once you guys do your pre-fight doctor exam, then you could get your show money before you fight. I said, good, because we're not fighting until we get that.
All right. So wait. So hold up. So okay, they do the weigh-in. The
Yeah.
scale thing happens. Everything's fucked up. This happens immediately following that. You go up to her, confirm
Yeah.
by the scale, and you want the show money at this point because the fight hasn't not happened yet.
Yeah, we want the show
you just
and
want-
travel. We were
Right.
promised travel money for.
And she says no.
yeah, and I gave her my receipts for my gas and the tolls.
So how long after this was the fight? The next day?
Yeah, the next day
So,
we
okay.
had the hotel room for 3 nights.
Right.
And
So this is Thursday night.
yeah.
Okay.
And I think me asking all these questions is the reason why she didn't show up, bro. I honestly
So,
do.
okay, so she didn't show up Friday?
No,
So they dipped Thursday night
probably, yeah. Apparently they're
after
like,
this bullshit.
yeah,
So they were just nowhere to be found come the fight.
yeah. And everybody, I'm telling people this, like other fighters, they came. This is the thing. There was fighters from San Diego that they flew
Really?
out. There was fighters from Michigan. There was fighters from all over the United States. You know what I mean? Pros, amateurs, but a lot of pros are the ones that they flew out. You know what I mean? So, what was I just saying?
Talking about how they think they dipped on Friday night.
Oh yeah.
Or Thursday night.
So I think that by me saying that,
Oh,
and me
yeah, sparking the
causing,
questions.
yeah,
Probably
start.
spooked them.
Yeah, well, and I'm trying to. I seem crazy as hell when you see me calling that girl a hoe or whatever in that
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
The ring girl was talking shit. Like, stop
We haven't seen
hating.
that video yet, though.
Yeah.
We'll play it.
We'll get
No,
there.
I don't think that one's on there.
I'll play it though.
Yeah,
I'll put it there.
Yeah,
I'll put it at
but
the end.
I'm trying to explain on video because I want everything on video, bro. The
Yeah,
exact
of course.
steps that's
Proof.
going
Right.
on, and
Yep.
and so I don't forget anything because I'll forget. Like I forgot what the hell we were talking about.
Right, yeah.
So I want it on video. So as she walks by, she's like, "Stop hating." I'm like, "Shut up, ho," or something like, or "Get out of here, ho."
So were other people upset about this? Like, how many fighters were there, first of all?
I think there was 6 fights on the main card.
So at least
So
12.
6 teams, so 12 people.
Yeah, and then there
So
was
it's-
exhibitions or amateur fights.
And
you know
so
what I
was
mean?
anyone else confronting her? Was there other problems?
No, and that's the thing. I was going up to everybody and telling them. You know what I mean? And they make it seem like I was just hating because of the weight thing. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm just hating because of the weigh. And nah, man, I was warned. You know what I mean? And obvious what's going on. It was shady.
Yeah.
And nobody should even have touched the scale but the commissioner and that
Mm-hmm.
Butler dude or whatever. This little dude. Oh, and that's the other thing. When he moved that scale, that was a problem because when he went to put the thing on her, I was like, dude, and he's like, I've been doing this forever, man. I've been to UFCs and this and that, and I'm like, what? I'm like, dude, have you fought before? He's like, no, and I was like, then get the fuck out of my. You can't say nothing to me, bro. You can't say a damn word. Then I don't know what it was about people pulling chains out, bro. What that means, I don't know. But he
Pulling
pulls
chains
these,
out?
yeah. They say fight something with all this ice and diamonds, and he was wearing a nice suit. You know what I mean? Like flashy. Like you can't do that around me, bro. Because as soon as you
hold on. Play the video. Play number 4. Number 4, not number 3.
skipping-
Number
we're
4.
skipping 3
We'll
here?
come back to 3.
Okay.
Play number 4 because this is
Video number 4 commencing.
Whatever the case may be,
something very shady's going on. I got a bunch of hood black dudes in my face, not that I'm racist, nothing about black dudes, but how hood they are, pulling chains out. As soon as the dude reach like this, I should have smoked him. You don't reach around me. I'm from Atlantic City, dog. I'm from Delaware. I don't play that. You reach in your shirt or your pants, I'm starching you. That's it. You know, so I'm
What do you mean they were
emotional,
pulling
I'm a little
chains out?
passionate, but that's how I am, man. This is my...
Like from their shirts, they were like, "Yo, I'm
Yeah.
blinged out, motherfucker."
Yeah, like, look what... Dude,
Like, what does that even mean?
dude, I've been...
Yo.
So not taking
Bling,
chains
bling.
off.
Yeah, bro. I've been talking about this
showing.
for the longest time, and I get upset even thinking about it. Is
okay.
that, yeah, I know,
okay.
bro, for real. That, like, I don't care if you're a cop. I don't care if you're the president. I don't care who you are, bro. The only thing that matters is this, like, right at this moment right there.
Right.
It'd be the equivalent to having a professional drift car. You know them drifters? Like it's rainy, and they go into a slide on the expressway or the parkway and trying to correct it. You know what I mean? Like, that's all that matters. It don't matter who you are. Once you're in that, once I go, bro, I'm gone. You know what I mean? It'd be the same equivalent of, like, pulling a weapon. That's me. I'm a loaded weapon, and I'm a heavyweight. I'll smoke you. You know what I mean? So the whole thing is, like, you can't do that to me. Like pulling chains out, and that means nothing. Like, whatever those chains cost, I'll take that shit, bro. You know what I mean? That's what I was like, dude. Like, what does that mean? Doesn't mean shit. And I worked at Maloney's Uptown in AC. It's closed down, so we can mention the name. But that was the craziest time I ever worked, bro. Like,
Was it like a bar?
Yeah, on Tennessee Avenue, Atlantic City. And
Okay.
our security crew was 3 pro fighters, a hood ass dude that ran a blood set that lived upstairs, and
Nice.
yeah, and huge dude, man. And actually, what happened was, like, anytime you reach like that for my safety, bro, it'd be like a cop. You ain't. It's the same thing. A cop will shoot you. I'm just
Right.
I'm just ripping you, bro.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as you go to reach for something, I don't know who you are. I don't know. No, you know what I mean. I'll just start swinging, bro, and that's it.
So hold up. So I'm still not 100% clear on this. Okay, so after the fight, you confront this lady about the scale. Come Friday when the fight's supposed to happen, what happens? People wake up and realize nobody's there?
No.
So so let's talk about that. So Thursday's over. All this shit happened on Thursday. We've been talking about. So now Friday, fight day.
Yeah, and I
What-
had
what
to
the fuck
convince
happens?
Matt, because Matt was upset about it, because Matt had a case where he was a pound over. You know what I mean?
Right.
They gave him one chance to get back on that scale after the hour, and then he got the fight forfeited. You know what I mean? Like, he
Right.
lost.
He couldn't make weight.
Yeah, so imagine that happening to you, and then somebody does something like this, and you're like, what? In New Jersey, bro, that's what some things I don't agree with New Jersey, but that'll never happen, bro. Nick
Yeah.
Lembo is a
Yeah.
monster, bro.
Same,
He's on
same thing
everything.
with their casino commission, the fight commission. They're fucking strict here. From
So
what I know,
So up until
what I know.
Yeah. So up until that point, the fight is still scheduled to
Scheduled
happen, right?
yeah. And we were gonna. Matt was like, "Yo, should we just dip? Like, something don't seem right." And I'm like, "Look, bro, we can train for 3 months.
Yeah,
We'll smoke.
let's
this
show
shit."
up and
You
see
know
what's
what I mean?
up.
Let's
So
fight
what
him
happens?
over
So
with,
what
yeah.
happens then? The day of.
The day of, we go to the Bob Carpenter Center, whatever,
Something like
where
that.
it was at. Yeah, and I'm trying to find Gail, the owner, and I can't find her.
And this is the woman who was in the black and white dress we watched in the video earlier,
Yeah,
right?
that told us once we did our... See, this is the thing. Nobody asked for show money right after the pre-fight physical, because that's when it's due, she said. Or I thought it was when you weighed in, but that makes sense that it wouldn't be. Once you pass your physical... We already had blood work, and this is where it comes into play, too. We already had all of our shit in like a month before, bro. Like the
you're on
CAT
top- on top
scans,
of it.
EKG, everything. It costs money. You don't have insurance, bro. And they didn't pay for that. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
we
you
had
gotta
to come
put that
out
out of pocket.
Yeah. So that's the thing, and when that happened, we're like, "Damn, this is crazy." So anyway, we get there, and he passes the pre-fight physical. Okay, flying colors, we're good to go.
Right.
This is Friday.
Yeah, but Davis, the other guy, they're like, something's up with his medicals.
This is a guy he's supposed to fight, Brandon Davis or Brendan
he's like,
Davis or whatever. The guy
Kid's
from
good,
Delaware.
man. And Davis, I'm not talking no shit. You're a monster, bro. All right. So the whole thing is, we prepared for him like it was the hardest fight we were ever going into,
Right,
like
sure.
you would any fight. But
As
he
you
was
should, yeah.
he's dangerous, bro. He'll shoot from like next door and take you down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
okay.
something's up with his medicals.
Yeah. So we're
That's
like,
what they told you.
yeah.
Right.
Well, this,
Okay.
yeah, it was though.
Okay.
So I don't know. Finally, after hours, bro, they're like, oh, wait till 6:30 or 6 or something like that, and he'll be disqualified. You guys get your show money and your win money at that point. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
he
So-
don't get nothing
Because
because
it's a forfeit.
it's
Right.
a forfeit.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
we won.
Right.
And I was like, I want my show money, I want our gas money, and I want our win money now. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like that.
right,
That's
yeah.
it.
It's my money and I want it now.
Oh, to back up, when I walked into the Carpenter Center or whatever, bro, this lady Gigi, this annoying little lady, bro, she was like Gail's right. She's trying to act like now like she had nothing to do with it. That was Gail's right hand lady, like trying to like tell me I'm wrong and this and that.
Right.
So I snuck in. I didn't even like get no credentials or nothing. I just walk in. I guess we just dipped so fast in there that no security stopped us. So they didn't expect me to get past the front door. So that's the other thing. They tried banning me his cornerman. I had to pay for a cornerman license, $20 fee to be able to corner him
In the state of Delaware,
in
right?
the state of Delaware.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. Like, so she sees me back there during Matt's pre-fight physical, and she's like, "Get him out of here!" Starts cursing at me.
But Matt was already back there, right?
Yeah. So now that Butler dude, that's where he did kind of. He was like, "Yeah, well, Gigi, we can't kick him out." Like, you know what I mean? And they took Matt away from me. So he separated me and Matt, which I'm like, you ain't separating us. It was me, Matt, and his son, bro. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Like
Like
his
his
kid there. That's cool.
21-year-old son. That was it.
Right.
And he was going to be in the corner too. So we both paid our corner license and everything. So the whole thing, he came up to her, was like, yeah, you can't kick him out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, so when they separated us, they asked Matt if he wanted me there. Of course, bro. Like,
Right,
would you not
right.
want somebody who's been working with you? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and that's the thing. I've been picking Matt up every day, driving him to and from practice, like helping him, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The owner of Eurosports, where my gym is, he's been picking him up and giving him supplements.
really? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Giving him supplements and stuff, like helping him out a lot, man. And that's what it is, like a big family. You know what I mean?
Right. Amen.
So yeah, and then the guy's like, all right, well here, I'm gonna give you your credentials because Matt says, I'm like, dude, I'm getting my credentials anyway. What do you mean? You were gonna call the SWAT team to come get me if you're trying to bring me out of that fight. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. So I started getting real emotional, and now we're an hour and a half after. And I keep going to that commissioner lady. I wish I knew her name, bro. She said she fought before, like at strawweight or something. I don't know. And that's the other thing, being a fighter, and you're letting this. But she could see it on her face that everybody knew, like she knew she was wrong.
So where are we right now? We're pre-fight Friday.
Physical, no, Friday, yeah, but fight day.
Fight day.
Fight
Yeah.
day.
So they're still, apparently he doesn't have his blood work. They said his proper blood work. I'm like, what?
How did he get that far without the proper blood work?
The only thing I can think, sometimes it could be signed. What happened to me before, I had to get it a doctor sign off. Thank God there was a doctor around, and not because it got signed by a nurse practitioner. I don't know. I don't think the kid's using steroids or was trying to hide nothing or hepatitis or AIDS. I don't think that. But what I think
Could have
is
just been a paperwork
something with
malfunction.
paperwork, but it don't matter, bro. You're
Right.
done.
Right,
That
right,
was
right.
supposed to be in. You know what I
That's
mean?
what you guys put in a month prior.
Yeah. And,
Right.
you know, and
So they tell you they got you waiting hours, and then
yeah, and this is the reason. If that never happened, I truly believe that the whole fight would have went on. You know what I mean? I believe everybody's fight would have went on and nobody would have questioned nothing. You know what I mean?
but it didn't because of that.
Because of that, yeah. Because I was
So nobody fought.
No, that's not the reason. I'll get into the the reason.
Right.
Yeah.
right,
So
right.
anyway, so he doesn't have it. They're like, all right, you win by forfeit. We're getting your show money and your check money, and now after that, 2 hours more. So it's a total of like 3-4 hours. We're waiting for our money, sitting back there, and the whole time, like that lady Gigi's like, get him out of here. Why? Because I'm a problem. Because I'm asking questions. You know what I mean?
Right,
Nah,
yeah.
bro, I ain't going nowhere until we get our money.
So now, were there like amateur exhibition fights going on while this was going on?
Yeah. There was amateur.
Oh,
and
so people were fighting.
yeah, amateur though.
What?
They weren't getting paid. Yeah, they were out there.
okay.
And the other thing, nobody really showed up. This is the thing, bro.
It was supposed to be a 5,000 person event, and there were like 300 people there.
And she said she already sold like 5,000 tickets to the investors.
Yeah.
Apparently, you know what I mean?
God.
Yeah. So
Were you
she's
guys the headline fight, or was there a
co-main event,
co-main?
the second to the main event. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So yeah, it was a big deal on the card because of Davis. That's their hometown boy.
Right.
He could have sold a lot of tickets, and there was a lot of people showed
So
up.
how
That,
many paid fights were there before your guys' fight?
I don't know, like 3 or 4.
Okay, so and they didn't happen either.
No, well, some I don't know if no, because this is it gets crazy. This whole
Okay.
story is
So
like
go to my Facebook page on there, like pull up the internet and go to my Facebook and look him up, and there's a video up there that I'll show you.
with the guy, man.
Yeah, the
who,
guy,
Alan?
the announcer guy, when he cancels the fight.
Yeah, from the Carpenter
Yeah.
Center, bro.
So-
I feel bad, man, because Delaware, like, that was like
Hey,
the
you
biggest
put
thing.
out.
That was the biggest thing
Who
in
am I
Delaware
searching
ever.
for here?
All right, are you on Alan's Facebook now?
The fucking biggest thing that's ever happened there.
No, they had a flea market there once, and it got pretty big.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. So he doesn't have his physical, and now I'm just getting another brawl because some.
And you're hot too. You know what I mean? You're
some
pissed at
jack
this point.
dude. We're waiting for him. We want our money, bro.
Right.
And he's still thinking like, oh, I got it called in. We're good. Who knows what you got called in? There's no doctor's office right now. You know what I mean? Like, what did you get called in? You had somebody do some slick shit with paperwork. You know what I mean? So some kid from his team or from 302 Jiu-Jitsu or whatever gets in or tries getting in his face talking to him, but you're not talking. You got to go through me, bro. You're not talking to him. So I'm like, he's like, you're not gonna fight. He starts saying it nice, and then he's like, oh, you're a bitch or something. So
to you or to Matt?
Matt. I was like, and that's when I mushed him. I like pushed him. I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of my face, bro. I was like, I'll trash you, bro. And that's when like his whole team, what's up, dude? That's when I posted that video. Like, yo, I'm ready to. I'll die out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a wild video.
Yeah.
So, okay.
All right,
What's the video of this guy?
You want Alan's Facebook page?
Yeah.
It's
There's
like
a
they're
guy
in an arena.
holding a microphone like in an
Eric
arena.
Race posted it on there?
I believe so. Yeah, click
Reyes.
that video. So this is when they cancel everything.
Yeah, you can hear him.
So
say
this
it.
is like the announcer, like the
Is it
main
about-
event announcer. You know what I
looks
mean?
pretty empty. They're like messing
There's
around. A cage.
nobody there,
All right,
bro.
Let's hear. Here we go.
And in that video, you can see the cage guys start taking they lock
where's
the
the
cage
sound?
and they start taking the cage apart with a.
Click on the Facebook video. There's probably the sound on there.
Because they came from Florida with the cage and a production company, and they got stiffed.
You have to turn it up.
Very low.
You hear it?
Low.
It's really low.
Really? All right, let's try.
Try turning it up on the thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. First of all, thank you for joining us tonight. We apologize for the delay and the inconvenience. Unfortunately, I do have to let you know that the remainder of tonight's event has been canceled. I do not have any additional information. Again, the remainder
Yeah, the
of
government
tonight's
taking the
event
cage apart because they closed it for like 2 more fights.
no other information is available at this time. We apologize for the inconvenience. We thank you for coming out tonight. The remainder of the event has been canceled. No other information is available.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this is the building. If you purchase your tickets in advance, you will have a full refund within the next 2 to 3 business days. If you bought your tickets at the window, please call the Bob Carpenter Center on Monday. We will process your refund.
So the school's going to refund them.
The number, get your phones out, 302
Yeah, then he gives.
831
So the big deal about that is
2257.
I guess they
302-831.
not only we didn't see these guys with the cage, you hear that impact gun, they're taking the cage apart.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
a lot because the one guy, some young blood dude, who's supposed to be like a WWE. He was in WWE and he was fighting the dude Shannon Rich, which is kind of like dude, they're old. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
he's got a good record. I met him. He's a good dude, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, and the one guy's like, I'll fight for free then. You know what I mean? And so he's like, nobody's fighting. Ba-boom. And I think it's XFL is their company name with the cage. So he locks it, and then he starts taking it apart immediately.
So it's
like,
just
we're
it's,
done.
it's like a private cage company, right?
Yeah,
Like they get
yeah.
contracted to bring the cage
Because
up.
the cage got to be insured, too.
So they
Right.
they canceled the fight because of the whole blood work situation, or with the whole medical situation, or
Well,
whatever.
Matt's fight. But I sparked that thing, so people start. I went to every locker room, bro. I'm like, yo, you guys ain't getting paid. They don't have the checks here. And she lied because she said she had a cashier's check.
Right.
And then I got I forget who's that girl's name on my Facebook that said about the scale being
It's like
off.
Sheena or Shima or something
Yeah,
like
this
that.
pro fighter girl was cool. She said she didn't eat nothing or do nothing after the scale was moved back. She was like 2 pounds exactly over or something or under. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they canceled it because everybody started backing out. They started saying
They didn't have the money. The cage company is the one that really, you know.
they
So the
weren't
cage
they didn't
cage
have
was
that.
like,
Oh,
we're not
they
getting
didn't
paid.
get-
So
they
they
were-
locked the cage so everything got
They owed
canceled.
him 10-15 grand. They drove from Florida with a huge semi with a cage in
So
it.
the cage
Wow.
people realized, damn, we're not getting paid.
Yeah, and I was now
Okay.
Alan's crazy. You know what I
Makes
mean?
sense.
He's real emotional and crazy. No, bro. I know. You know what I mean? What's going on?
That's
So-
such a shitty incident. That's got to be, you know what, bro? They got to be embarrassed, this whole fucking...
Everybody, even watching this thing, this guy telling we're going to get a refund.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing's an embarrassment.
To the college, the state of Delaware.
Right.
The WKA, I don't care if I ever fight in
Yeah,
Delaware,
but I
so I don't
mean,
care about them. They're corrupt too because of that, bro. And I don't know if it's because Crenshaw, who the the main dude is. The main commissioner was in
Right.
UFC fights and stuff got by. You know what I mean? I don't know.
That's just
To
shitty, though.
To do all this to get investors to put on this big event to have the cage there. Like looking at this, it looks like an official event.
It does,
to
right?
To have to cancel it and refund the money because the promoters are trash. The promoters didn't do shit they were supposed to do. Like that.
And what's this company's name?
Diamond World Fights. But on top of that, they had it in the press or in Delaware in the paper how
They
they're the
did all
first
this.
African American
Oh my God.
people to put on an event MMA show like of this caliber in the state of Delaware or something that big, pay-per-view in the state of Delaware.
So is there any chance they were like intended on paying people? Or there was any way they were going to do the right thing? And
You can't really know that.
No, bro. 'Cause
Nobody
she
can
did.
guarantee that.
It doesn't look like it, though.
Right. Diamond World Fights?
Yeah.
Diamond World Fights. We're exposing your ass.
Yeah,
At least
fuck
I
you.
am.
Gail Stalling, that lady Gigi. I ended up talking to that Butler
hold up.
dude that worked. He said he got paid. He's like, I'm running around doing pre-fight
I'm sure
videos.
somebody
and
had to
stuff.
get paid. Why would she, if
Don't
this
smoke
was
in my
all a
house.
scam, right? Why would she even come to the event?
Dabs.
Well,
Like this is what I don't understand. I've put on events before, not on this scale, but I've put on events. And if your plan is to rob it, if you don't even have the money to pay, even if it's not your plan, if you don't have the money to pay the people, if you know this is going to botch, you're not going
Right.
to come to the event. You're going to dip before it and take all the money from your
Well, no,
investors.
that's what she did. I started asking questions. I think she wanted the hustle and bustle of all the fights going on and just slide out.
And then get
now,
like-
now because I started asking all these questions, she didn't even show period.
Right.
So I told her I wanted our money the next day. I wanted at least our show money, and nobody else asked for that. You know, and then finally the dude Shannon Rich, who's like,
you raised the right questions. Everybody was just giving it the benefit of the doubt, I guess.
Robin Hood.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Robin Hood.
I mean, there's really no other explanation. Why would everybody just be like, all right, fuck it.
Yeah. So that's about it. And like I said, everybody's looking at me like I'm insane. The ring
Right.
girl I had to call ho.
I
all
mean,
that
dude, I
crazy
remember seeing the videos before I talked to you. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
If
down
I'm
here right
home,
now?
he usually is the one to calm me down.
Yeah.
Brian
Yeah.
is usually the one to calm me down. Like, he'll call me. Like, he'll see me post, which is good. Because
Yeah.
he'll see me post some, like, out-of-pocket Facebook thing where I could probably get in trouble. And he's like, oh, bro,
Yeah,
calm
I do
down.
that
It
a
don't
lot.
matter. So
Right.
that's what the whole our team's about. Like, you guys and everything, like, to warn each other.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
you're fucking up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nothing was stopping me down there. But I don't care.
that's
If
a
it
Well,
was-
you-
friend. A
you
good
rightfully
friend will tell
so,
you you're
though.
Wrong.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you know what?
But
Those
this-
people
this-
should be fucking exposed, you know?
Yeah, but hold up, time out. What the fuck, dude? Wait, hold on.
It sounds insane. It sounds like a movie. It's like
Wait,
something
okay,
out-
so wait, who gave you the checks that bounced? You said a bunch of
Oh,
people got
yeah,
these
yeah,
checks.
so
So
that
you got
listen-
the checks. So this
Oh,
is
you
the
got
next
checks?
Yeah. So
Oh,
listen, so-
see, I didn't know this part of the
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
There's more.
There's
there's a lot more. So luckily, I'm talking to all security there and the cops. And this is the other thing. They had Delaware State Police, Campus Police, which are basically like state police, security, and like some other 2 security companies there, bro. Right? So I'm talking to this Delaware cop, and he said he wrestled with Frankie Edgar. And I'm telling him what's going on the whole time.
Frankie.
I'm like, look, bro. And he's a cool, young, looked in shape, like he's a humble dude.
Was
I'm
it
like,
a
yeah, I
cop?
can fuck with this dude. He's cool. You know what I mean?
Was it a cop?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm telling him what's going on. He's like, bro, he's like, they better not give you a personal check. And I'm like, dude, I know. You know what I mean? We're going to be screwed. He's like, this is going to be a shit show. Like, all the cops are like, oh, shit. You got a bunch of fighters that are going to be pissed as hell tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking,
so
yeah.
that's why now they have all this extra police there, all this stuff. And, so it's pretty crazy. And so finally, they have these dudes, these big black dudes come with gator shoes and like hats with feathers and,
Oh,
and
shit.
gold chains.
Big pimping.
So, yeah, because that's apparently the commissioner told me, oh, something happened to the cashier's check, which I don't know how. Why don't you have it in a lockbox or something?
Right. Shady.
And it was for $100,000 apparently, this cashier's check. So
Shady.
that's what she did. She got $100,000, and we keep asking, "Where's Gail? Where's Gail?" She's like, "Oh, she's sick. She'll be here though, but she's sick right now."
Sick bitch.
What? Yeah, you're sick. I mean, like, definitely sick. So we're like, so anyway, finally they walk in and they have this big checkbook, and I go over and they call Matt to pay him his money. So they're like, Matt, come here, and I go to walk, and I'm next to that cop too because we were just like kicking it for 2 hours that were waiting to get paid, explaining to him the situation. So we went. So I go to walk up, and that lady Gigi's like, "Hell no, you stay right there. You ain't coming over here." And I'm like, "Yeah, what?" So I just kept walking. You ain't telling me nothing, bro, with your little ass. So anyway, I'm like, "Matt, that better not be a personal check, or don't take it, bro. We're about to have a problem." So she calls that cop, and she's like, "Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Please, please." And I'm like, what? So the cop walks over. So I love this guy. This guy walks over, and he's like, get him out of here under what restrictions? Right. He's got a fighter a pass. What do you mean? He's like, I'll stand right here. So I'm saying, I see them. They're putting all these. And then Shannon Rich, the heavyweight dude that was fighting for the main event, he's like, it's a personal check. Are you kidding me? Because I think he was getting paid like 15 and 15 or something, like 30 grand.
15 to show, 15 for the win, right?
Yeah. So hold on. Is there any chance, okay, just to be like devil's advocate here, that she did have a cashier's check? Maybe she wasn't there. They wrote you the personal checks because
then tell them what,
because maybe that cashier's check didn't get put into the account yet when you guys went to cash your check.
So now
no.
So tell them what you did with the check. So you get a check, right? In the amount for how much was it?
I think it was like so they didn't give us our so I had to tell these dudes that came, the big black dudes, that like we want our travel money too and our win money. They're only giving us the money to show. So they're only giving us the $2,000 or $2,125 because I had $125 in receipts for tolls and the gas that I spent. You know what I mean? So he's like, all right, whatever, because I was causing a scene, and they didn't want no more attention like around that money.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, they just wanted everybody to take their personal check and shut up. Nope, not happening. So I'm like, I'm bugging out. You know what I mean? So anyway, we end up just getting out of there because I don't know. I tried to fight dude's whole team, all these other dudes, like, and Matt's like, we're gonna get shot. I'm like, bro, I don't even care at this point. Like, you better shoot me. You know what I mean? So he's like, we're gonna ask for a police escort out because literally it's 3 of us, and I'm the only one over like 140 pounds. You know what I mean? Right. So by that time we leave. And we go back in the hotel room. I thought maybe the hotel room would be canceled. You know what I mean? So no, it was still there. Our key card still worked. And I'm like, we're going to go to that bank. We looked up what time Bank of America opened. It was like 9 a.m. We were there at like 8:50, bro. You know what I mean? And before we even walk in, they're like, oh, we had a notice about the security guard at the bank. I guess people were bugging. Like, we already heard from the other branch that all these checks are stop payment. So we're my heart sunk,
they
bro.
Put stop payment on them.
Yeah, bro.
Because like, why would they have a checkbook to account with no money? So I was going to ask, like,
they had money.
Well, a cashier's check would have been that they put the money up, and it's already there.
If they had this checkbook in everybody's check balance, like so there was either no money in the account, right?
They pulled the money out,
right?
No, or they just put stop payment on the whole book. Or they put
stop payment,
yeah.
Or like a few people they had maybe like 10 grand in the account, and a few
nobody
people got paid because they cashed their checks first.
Yeah, nobody got paid.
No, for a fact,
That's
every
wild,
dude. Get paid. The promotion didn't get paid. The
so there's got to be a lawsuit.
The ring girls didn't get paid. Right?
Yeah.
Lawsuit.
And it seems weird because the only guy that did get paid was that butler dude that pulled his chain out.
Well, you got to pay somebody.
Yeah.
A lot of those people, I'm surprised they even did it. Like the ring people, usually when you do stuff like that, they get paid up front.
I know. And
they might have got something up front.
If I want to bring a
they didn't get
stage out
nothing
to a concert, I got to pay them before they even get there.
Well, I talked to them the next day on the way to go get the thing, and they said they already knew that it bounced somehow. And we're like, damn. Oh, you know what I mean? So I'm going to the bank just praying, like, damn, because we put up a lot of money to get there, training, expenses, medicals, everything. You know what I mean? I just take off 4 days of work.
And you open the gym up and everything like that, like, count on the money.
In the same boat right now, everybody's on your side. Everyone's like,
oh yeah, there ain't nobody. And even the people that like that Gigi lady, she finally answered. I'm blowing her up because she was the motherfucker.
Have you talked to Gail since?
No, her phone's off. They took down the Facebook page and they
their website's down.
Their website's down.
Really?
Down.
Yeah,
Yes,
they took it all down.
The Twitter page is down.
Somebody has to have a lawsuit against them right now.
Or we all got that. And apparently she got filed bankruptcy multiple times, and we found out. And so apparently she filed bankruptcy before multiple times.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, and that guy, her husband, that when I'm bugging out, you could see him in the video, like, that's my wife. Like, he could tell, like, he's like, we're fucked. You know what I mean? As soon as I start asking questions like that, you can see his face.
That's some shiesty motherfucking bullshit.
Bro. So apparently those investors.
Why does this shit always happen to you, bro?
I know, bro.
I swear to God.
Luck, bro. But when I finally get in that case, somebody might get severely hurt, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, apparently she got investors from whoever those big ass. These dudes are like 300 plus with like pounds with like gold everywhere and gator shoes. You know what I mean? So they had money. So apparently she already owed them $25,000 because they gave it to her up front, and she was supposed to have the rest from the other investors, whoever they were. So she had a cashier's check, from what I understand now, from after investigating with everybody. And no, they didn't. It was for $100,000 to cover everything, and she somehow got it back. But the lady for the WKA told me that she had the checks. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right. Then at that point, I'm like, okay, then that's why we even stayed there that night. Because it could have just been,
at that point, if the commissioner is saying that she has the money, it could have just been one of those, like, this is just a poorly run event.
Yeah.
At that point.
Yeah, and like,
this
whatever.
is just shit show of an event.
Because even if it did get canceled, like it
not
did,
a fraud.
Even if they get canceled, like it did, we would still get paid through the commission.
Right.
That's what a commissioning body's for. So it's not the wild, wild west. So
Right.
that's why people are like, don't trash the WKA. I don't fuck the WKA. Fuck Diamond Fights. Fuck all you. Fuck Delaware, the whole state. I don't give a fuck. Sorry, but you know.
Hey, dude, I mean, you feel how you feel.
You know what I mean? Like, dude, like, this is why I didn't want to fight in Delaware anyway. Last time my boy Kurt Easton fought in Delaware when I was training at Bullpen, they tried to, like, hang him, basically. It was some hick-ass place, like, outside of a barn with the cage, bro. Like, yeah, bro.
So
Backyard
what's
wrestling.
everyone doing now? Okay, you're here. What's the other 150 people that are involved in this doing?
There's some news articles going around. There's other fighters coming out saying that this is going on. I'll post some links up.
They put that crazy video of me saying, like, I'll die out here.
Yeah.
They put that in this, I don't even know who that was.
Do we have that one?
No, it was super long.
The AC one, that was when I said I'm from AC.
It was a clip of it. It was a clip of it.
Yeah, because I'm the only one asking.
I wish I was there. Like,
I wish I was there too.
It's a shitty thing, but like I
can't believe
I would have not loved to be there to see that happen, but I would have liked to. Like, I just like bullshit, you know. Like, it's a shame what happened.
Well, dude, and that's the other thing, bro. If somebody's fighting, my cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone, for everybody that don't know what that is, like, my stress was, I was getting like a headache on the top of my head, bro. Like, I don't have high blood pressure. It was probably high, bro. You know what I mean? And Matt, who's supposed to be fighting, has to deal with all this.
Right?
You know what I mean?
He doesn't need that kind of
heat
on him.
And
like
then
that.
after that punk ass dude calling him a bitch for not fighting, like, bro, all right, you go fight with somebody that don't have the proper blood work in, all right, and get AIDS or whatever the case may be.
You just
Not
don't have
saying
any idea.
that Brandon or Davis, but you know the deal. Like, that's it. You don't fight somebody without the proper blood work.
Because you don't know.
You just don't know.
You just don't know.
They could be taking steroids. They could be, anything.
Is that on video 3 that him calling him a bitch?
Oh yeah, play that.
No, that we don't have that recorded. That would have been the best, bro.
Let's play that video 3. So this is that wrap up video that you and Matt did when you guys got back to Jersey.
All right,
this is kind of like your sum up video you had on Instagram.
Here we go.
Hi, my name's Alan Wright. We're back here at MotoVation MMA in Egg Harbor City. I'm here with Matt Lau. He's my fighter, was fighting for the co-main event of Diamond World Fights last night at the Bob Carpenter Center in Delaware. We were told by the WKA, the sanctioning body, that they had bonded cashier's checks for the fighters. We went to Bank of America this morning. Our check bounced. We contacted the other fighters. Their checks all bounced. And we have fighters that came from San Diego, from Detroit, from all over the United States, and everybody's check bounced. Also, it was a pay-per-view fight, so everybody that paid for the pay-per-view, I was told, was also stiff for their money. Any way you guys can share this, tag NBC, CBS News, SJN, anything you guys can do to get this out there would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, so a lot of people shared that. It's got a lot of views so far.
Yeah, it's like 1,500 so far.
Yeah, because fighters stick together, bro. Like, when some shit like that happens, it's the worst type of people to fuck, bro.
No, fuck
like,
that,
yeah,
dude.
like
That's bullshit.
If you have respect, it's like people that are like, all right, so like, say if you're in a war and like you got to kill the other soldier, like he's just doing what you're doing in another country, you know what I mean? So like, you still have a respect, even though you might have to kill that person.
Right.
Like, you still have a respect. So that's how fighters are. Like, we all know what the struggles are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we really don't get paid shit for what we do. You know what I mean? Even in UFC,
You're not doing
like,
it for that.
Yeah, it's
you're
not
doing it. It's not
it.
for the money.
So do you think this lady, Gail, her name's Gail?
Yeah, Stollings. Gail
Do you
Stollings
think-
Minor or some
Do you
shit,
think
and Gigi.
Gail Stollings Minor and Gigi like set this up as a beat from day one?
Yeah, I don't
so
know.
This
what,
was always a sham to get $100,000.
Yeah, $100,000 at least. Who knows what else she got? You know. And now everybody's out there.
Well, she ain't gonna get away with it, dog.
But again,
this is some like American Greed
but she
TV
already
show.
had her
Yeah.
check. She already had her check. So why even show up? If your plan was just to beat everybody, as soon as you get that check,
You put on the show, man. You sell
Why?
it.
Or she wanted to
sell it.
see what it was going to do, and she would have still ended up owing mad money. Even if they did sell 5,000 tickets, I can't see them. Well, yeah, they probably would have made the money back. You know what I mean? But as soon as she seen, and she said something on the phone that night that was crazy. She's like, "Oh, it's damn, man, it's the same night as the same weekend as Conor Khabib fight." Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? So I think she knew, or it was either a scam from the rip, or she seen it wasn't doing what she thought and just ran.
Took the money and run.
Right.
That seems more likely to me because that's way too orchestrated.
It's almost like
I think you're right about that.
Thursday night, it started going to shit, and her and her husband were like, "Yo, we gotta go," and just took the money and ran.
Yeah,
Well, they're gonna take a huge L.
Questions, bugging,
Take a loss.
But
Yeah, take a loss.
whatever. At least everybody didn't fight because I started raising. I'm not saying it was all me, but at least I started raising these questions, and people started. I went to every locker room. Yo, this lady's doing this. They're doing that. They're doing this. You know what I mean? So and now everybody that was like hating on me that day, like Gigi's like, oh, I got beat too. The guy Butler, which he called me and apologized, like, oh, but I don't know what he knew. You know what I mean? Pulling out chains. You know what I mean?
Were any of these people close with Gail?
This is what the Butler told me. Like, he says that he had nothing to do with it, but he's the one
He
telling
came
me.
down from New York, right?
Yeah,
Isn't
and
that
he's
what
the one telling me. He's like, yeah, you were on the phone when he called me. I put it on speakerphone. You know what I mean? He's like, because 2 different people pulled chains out on me that day. You know what I mean? Him and the other dude from 302.
Right.
So he's like, why you gotta put me on blast like that? I respect fighters. Da 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 da. He's like, I didn't know, man. He's like, I got paid like a week ago for my promotional part, and I wouldn't have been a part. But he's the one that told me, like, yo, there's $1 million investors. This is a big company. Like, you're rubbing the wrong people the wrong way. Blah blah blah. And I don't care, right? Like, if you know anything about me, I don't care, bro. All that matters is what's going on right in front of my face, and if you're prepared to do it.
You know what they say, man. It'll all come out in the wash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we'll all come out in the wash.
I hate that saying. I don't even understand it.
I don't either.
So
I guess because like pennies fall out of your pockets in the wash and shit like that.
It's like the dirt. The dirt comes out in the wash.
Why every podcast we end up doing that?
Doing what?
Trying to figure out meanings of sayings.
Yeah. Do we?
Yeah. Right?
I don't know. We're
yeah, but no,
introspective.
shit'll get figured out.
Do it in the Brian Joe show.
All the people that were involved are going to be exposed. Hopefully, motherfuckers will get sued. And something happens here, dude.
Well, hopefully Matt can get another fight. Like my boy Mike Bickings from Art of War and CES
I'm sure he will.
and Bare Knuckle FC. Because I want to do that Bare Knuckle shit.
Dude, I want you to do the Bare Knuckle fight.
That's me.
I want that to happen.
Even though it's not MMA, because I would normally use hella elbows and shins, but I'll use a lot of open hands and a lot. You can clinch a little bit, I think, in that. And just my style of punching, everything. I've been fighting on the street. My hands are bricks, bro. Yeah. Fighting on the street since I've been like a kid. You know what I mean? Like I grew up doing that, so that's just my style. Yeah. And I got the gym. I put a lot of money invested into getting him to the fight and preparing for the fight. You know what I mean?
Right.
And open up a new gym. That's hard, man. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, yeah.
You've been talking about it since the day I met you.
Yeah, that's how long this gym's in the making. You know what I mean? I'm like,
about a year, just about a year.
About a year.
Well, I mean, at least since I met you, you've been talking about it for at least a year.
It's been longer than that. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's my dream. I want to teach the way I want to teach. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't want to
check it out.
Yeah, I keep watching Joe Rogan's podcast and like talking about like instead of working for somebody else, work for yourself, doing something you love, and then it's not work. You know what I mean? Yeah. It is work because I'm almost dead every day. My shoulders from holding so many pads, but I love it. You know what I mean? I'm excited at night again, like doing like lesson plans for the next day of like what we're gonna go over. You know what I mean? Like. And that's my life, and for somebody to like do something like that, ugh. And the other girl, her mom or grandmother passed away shot while she was there. Her dog ran out the house and got ran over. Like all this crazy stuff happened. And she was from Michigan
for nothing too.
She was from Michigan.
$1.
Right. She came all the way out. That's crazy. Yeah, well, hopefully all that shit will come out. And but before we wrap it up, I want to hear your quick take on the end of that. So not the actual fight. but the end of that UFC 229 the other
Dylan
night.
Dennis is a little bitch, and I know this because he's used to be with Marcelo Garcia's team, which is in New York. Marcelo Garcia is like one of the goats of jiu-jitsu. Dylan Dennis was trying to be like the Conor McGregor of jiu-jitsu, so like he kicked him out of the gym. So then Conor picked him up and brought him out there, and he
was Conor McGregor's jiu-jitsu coach.
Yeah, and he would talk shit on our guys like from Jersey, like Gordon Ryan, who's the best in the world. He just fucking smoked Josh Barnett, which is unheard of, and like he beat Buchecha, I believe. He beat Cyborg, all these killers. And I remember we came up at PGL together doing professional grappling, and I would see this kid, Gordon Ryan, and Gary Toon. We have the best grapplers in the world in New Jersey, which is it's crazy. You know what I mean? Jersey's got a lot of talent, man.
Wrestling too. Even like high school wrestling town here is phenomenal.
Wrestling's big in Jersey.
Yeah,
it's not big everywhere.
No, high school wrestling's huge.
Nobody wrestled out west.
Really?
Nobody.
So he would talk shit on Eddie Cummings, Gordon Ryan, and Gary Toon, and like all this like shit, like it's like Conor McGregor, but it's jiu-jitsu, and you don't punch in jiu-jitsu. So like jiu-jitsu is extremely, they're talented, and it takes a lot of skill. It's my favorite thing out of all martial arts, but it's not like that. We're usually honor and respect. You know what I mean? And so Gordon smoked him, Gary smoked him, and I think Eddie Cummings smoked him. So all Henzo, Tom the Blast guys all smoked his bitch ass. So he was talking shit about Khabib's dad and all this other stuff, and Khabib just won. If you weren't in there, bro, that's the other thing, bro. If you weren't in there fighting, don't say a damn word, bro. Because I think he had like 1 or 2 MMA fights, and like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't say
Khabib
shit.
is the best right now. He's like 27-0.
And Khabib will smoke him just with his wrestling, bro. Just how talented he is in jiu-jitsu. Dylan Dennis is really talented, but Khabib will smoke his bitch ass.
Right.
And so he started talking shit. Khabib jumped over. And I heard Khabib was thinking about retiring anyway, undefeated. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't you? And you're never going to get a bigger fight than that Conor McGregor fight. Even though you're the champ, Conor had all that, you know.
Yeah, he's Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Right.
So he was talking shit right outside the ring, or this was earlier?
Earlier and outside the ring.
Yeah, there was a whole backstory. Like Conor McGregor, I don't know if it was Conor McGregor personally or somebody in his camp threw like a chair or like a hand trolley like at Khabib's bus.
Yeah.
And then during the fight, everyone in the corner, they were talking shit on like Khabib's Sunni Muslim. So they were talking shit on his religion, talking shit about his parents.
His dad, and some oligarch from Russia funded Khabib's gym, and he just got locked up for like $1 billion in like fraud or something like that, or some kind of like not fraud, but like drug money.
They're like ethnic. I think Savar is the ethnic.
Yeah, you might want to cut that out so you don't find me in New Jersey.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but he's locked up, so he's talking about Khabib's dad and all this other shit. So then something happened in the cage where Conor was arguing with the other dude. I forget his name from Khabib's camp. So the other dude, I forget his name too. They have these crazy
crazy Russian names. Yeah, Dagestan.
Jumped over the cage, like flew. There was like a little like seat or whatever. He's like swing
in the red shirt. Right?
Yeah, he jumped over and gave Conor a 2-piece to the back of the head, and then they broke it up or whatever. And Conor's not pressing charges, that's good. You know what I mean? Because he knows what it feels like, to get charges pressed. Because I don't think Khabib did press charges on him. I think Rose Namajunas did, and so did the other guy that got hurt, who I forget his name, but he got cut above his eye, so he sued Conor.
See, that was too bad. When the guy jumped the cage and got Conor, like that's cool, but I wish Conor would have got him back. You know what I mean? I wish Conor would have.
I think they put charges on that guy.
Yeah. Well, that dude will smoke Conor anyway.
The guy in the red shirt.
I think Conor's not that. Dude, they're all. Dude, there's something about like they have more like world champion wrestlers in Dagestan than like anywhere in the world. You know what I mean? Like they're just
wrestling. I'm saying the guy 2 pieces back of his head. Like if Conor would have turned around and
hit him back.
Yeah,
I still think it would have just ended up playing grappling.
He just got neck cranked too, man.
The L he just took to Khabib. He would have walked away with 1 W if he would have rocked that guy down.
At least put him out.
Now he just looks like an extra bitch. Because he just got beat by Khabib. And
well, I mean, dude, he just got choked out by, you know, like
it was more of a just got done compression.
Yeah, it was like a neck crank. He had
neck crank's like
you see, he was trying to tap, and Khabib didn't want to let him out.
Yeah, well, you can't tell the ref, because I've seen that too many times. People like
I thought Khabib was just like, nah, fuck you, bro.
Yeah, like, the ref will stop it if you yell now. You know what I mean? They told us that even in corrupt ass Delaware, that if you're yelling. Like, if somebody got your leg in a submission, you scream, it's over.
Really?
You know what I mean? And people are like, it's my war cry. No, bitch. So, like, you were tapping. Because I've seen people tap, and then they let the fight go on, and that dude comes back and, like, knocks dude out.
Right.
Really?
Which is crazy. Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about the gym a little bit for a second?
Yeah. Wrap it up on the gym. Like, where we find you, what's going on. You know, give the gym a shout out.
Obviously, I'm Alan Wright, head coach at MotoVation MMA and Fitness. We're at 1524 Grant Street in Egg Harbor City. It's part of Eurosports Center, was a huge soccer dome with a huge turf field. And so we're doing no gi, no kimono. You know I am with the kimono.
Yeah, I know you don't like that shit. I like that. I like the gi. I think it's cool.
You want to take it slow. You know?
Yeah.
It's good for people that are like, I don't know, like it's for older people, I feel like. And
that's the thing. I'm not trying to be some trained fighter. I like it for the workout. I like it for the team atmosphere. I like it for like...
Well, even that, it's more
exercise.
applicable to street. Like, if I'm wearing this, you're not going to have a kimono. No, I'm saying you would think the gi is, but it doesn't. Because in certain aspects, it would be on the street because you got to think. But whose jacket's going to be that strong where you're going to toss somebody? It's going to rip. Like, you try tossing me with this, and that's what they don't know.
I could toss you in that.
No. A lot of gyms don't know how to get to the ground. They all start from the knees, and they don't do no stand-up rolling, which uses your legs. If you're wrestling around standing up, your legs are the biggest muscles in your body. It uses way more oxygen.
You can see that in the fight last night.
Yeah. So these guys never do it. Or if you are going to pull guard, your bitch ass needs to know how to pull guard. Right. You need an overhook, an underhook. You need a way to get to guard. You're not just going to butt scoot to somebody. He'll kick you in your fucking face. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shit ain't gonna happen.
So I probably shouldn't have cursed talking about the gym, but anyway. Also, we have Also, we have kids classes.
And that's the big hit for you right now.
Yeah, I didn't know I'd have that many kids.
That's great, dude.
Yeah, and there's no kimonos to buy, no gis, there's no belt system. Basically, it's Muay Thai is our stand-up combined with boxing, and also no gi, jiu-jitsu, and wrestling. So it's the foundation. That's what's proven to work in the UFC is what I would be teaching the kids. Nice. And I honor, respect. I explain how important it is. Don't get in fights in school and think you're going to use this and then still come to the gym because I'll kick you out. You know what I mean? Like, unless
that's not what it's for.
Yeah, unless your life depends on it, you're sticking up for somebody that's getting like abused. That's the only way. The other thing, I don't let the young kids hit to the head. And just like I played football, I love football, but the brain damage is crazy for a developing brain. Yeah,
that's respectable, man.
Yeah. So the kids are learning in a really good environment, the most effective martial arts. You know, we're not breaking boards, we're not doing katas or stances and all this other stuff. We're doing effective martial arts. But yeah, man. Also, we're going to be doing. Spiros is the owner, and this guy John. And Spiros of the Bubble, the sports dome, and he does cupping. He's 59 years old, in the best shape I've ever seen. A 59-year-old and Greek dude. And my boy Cleon is his uncle. That's how I met him. But yeah, we're gonna start posting videos about that. You know what cupping is?
Yeah,
they do it. They do it a lot of rehabs now.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You got to do it.
Cupping.
So it sucks the blood out. It's like little suction
I'll drink
cups,
to that.
Yeah. And it sucks the blood up, and then your body replaces it with fresh blood that's free of lactic acid. So yeah,
it's crazy.
But I heard that shit works like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it does. It actually does. You know, I think a lot of stuff is like snake oil, but it's legit.
The cupping's cool.
Yeah, and Spiros is the man. He just it'd be like my mom's older. It'd be like her trying to constantly post social media. He's 59. You know what I mean? And so I'm in here. I want to promote him because he needs to be promoted, man. He's an awesome dude. And he gave me the chance with the gym. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, shout out to him.
You got to love shit like that. So check out Alan at MotoVation MMA and Fitness in Egg Harbor City. Always check out the Brian and Joey Show. We got these fresh T-shirts. Alan's going home with one.
Jordan, show him the T-shirts.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Damn.
If you want these T-shirts, hit our DM on Instagram. Hit it on Facebook.
Slide in them DMs, boy.
$10.
Yeah, we got a shout out to my father, Tom Licata, for buying the T-shirts with
Tommy boy.
I had to come home with something from
I like
Delaware,
you, man.
So I killed this deer with my bare hands.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like them. What are we going to name them?
I don't know. We're going to take it.
It'll come to me.
Yeah.
Rocky?
Delaware.
That's a moose.
Delaware the deer?
Maybe Delaware the deer.
Yeah, Deli. She looks like a girl. She's a good girl.
Nah, it's got horns, bro.
All right, well, she's not a girl. You know what I mean? All right, thanks for watching the Brian and Joey Show. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Shout
we got Alan Wright here from MotoVation MMA, Choke Artist MMA on Instagram, and also MotoVation MMA on Instagram as well.
Yeah, and MotoVation MMA and Fitness on Facebook.
Check us out.
Word.